the Husqvarna Swedish style hatchet. Does this hatchet bring something different than other hatchets? How well does the handle perform when you release it out of your hand? Does the bit hold its edge? And how well does the weight feel when it's flying out of your hand and in the air? In this video, we're going to test it out, and I'm going to give you guys my final opinion. So before we get into giving you my final opinion, let me show you guys what I can do with this thing. Let's throw it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us, and we are Midgard Axe. Final opinions on this hatchet. How well did it fly? What I like about it. Let's get into it. I'm going to tell you guys everything I can tell you about this hatchet. I will tell you that getting it from the factory, the way it comes, I think that the cheeks are way too fat. I've already said that. I took them down and gave it a nice bit profile here. I think the knob is a little too high too. With the curve going on, there's just too much going on with that knob being so high. So I would recommend knocking that knob down like I did on this one. I will tell you guys too that the handle is really nice. It does come a little thicker, but it's not bad in my hand. I got it exactly where I need it at. So if you got smaller hands, you might have to thin it down. If you got larger hands, it'll probably fit you very well. Okay, so just like the Husqvarna Carpenter's Axe, which I've done a lot of reviews on, and I've told you guys about over and over and over again, the handle's great. It's a tank. HB, who makes Husqvarna stuff, they just make really good handle choices for their wood, and these things are tanks. You can smack the knob, smack the eye, beat this thing up, and it just holds up. I've gone through a ton of Hults Bruk handles, and they're just tanks, guys. They really are. They hold up very well, even down here on the knob. You can beat them up, and they still hold their rigidity, and you know, they're just great handles. As far as the edge retention goes, it's still got a nice edge on it. It's not as sharp as it was when I first started, but I've been throwing this thing over 2 days. The edge is held very well, so the tempering on this thing is really good. I'm going to step around to the back of the camera and give you a close-up of this bit and show you guys what it looks like. No edge rollover, no chips, no gouges in the bit. It held very well, and the bit profile that I put on this did very well for axe throwing, and I threw this thing hard like you saw, and I got absolutely no edge rollover on this thing at all. Roll over. Say that really fast. Roll over. Now the biggest concern I had with this, which was the seatment of the head on the handle. Like I've told you guys before, all the Husqvarna carpenter's axes that I've gotten, I've got a ton, and I've thrown them the way they've come from the factory without any modifications, without taking the head off and rehafting it. They've all come loose, okay? And it's about around day 2 or day 3 of throwing, maybe within like, I don't know, 50 to 75 throws is when I start seeing movement. Guys, this thing has absolutely no movement at all. And I did say that I did think in the first impression video they would hold pretty well because they hafted this one a lot farther down, almost onto the I mean, it kind of is on the shoulder, and they did splay it out over the top very nicely. So with a lot of the Husqvarna carpenter's axes, that head is really high up. I mean, guys, you got like maybe probably an inch somewhere in there where the bottom of the pole goes until it meets the shoulder on the Husqvarna carpenter's axe. So there's a lot of space that can be brought, the head can be brought down onto the shoulder. So I think that's why this one held very well, and they did a really good job just hafting it. It didn't move, it didn't come loose. I've got nothing going on. So Husqvarna or Hults Bruk did an awesome job hafting this head on this handle. Now getting into how this thing flew. Okay, so I'm glad that I took the knob down a little bit down here because it was still a little bit much when I was throwing it for distance. It is a very, very pronounced hook down here at the knob, so I did feel it coming out of my hand. And it was kind of rubbing a little bit. So I will say that this thing does very well for single and double rotations. Triple rotations, not so much. I didn't really care for it at triple rotations, and as you guys saw, if you go back and watch the video of me throwing it at the beginning of this, and you slow the video down, this thing dances a hell of a lot in the air at triple rotations. It really does. And I think it's got something to do with the weight back here in the pole. Now, I did say that it is bit heavy, okay, but you can definitely feel that there's weight back in this area, so I think that's why it is dancing in the air at triple rotations. Even at double rotations, guys, I got a little bit of wobble in the air when I was throwing it. So all in all, it's not a bad flyer, but I will be honest with you guys and tell you, it's not my favorite. It did release cleanly out of the hand once I knocked that knob down, and I did enjoy throwing it for about a single or double rotation. It did fly very well, but I will tell you guys that for a hatchet, you can really feel the heft up here in this head. So when I was standing back and throwing this thing for triple rotations, I had to lock my wrist very tight to get this thing to not dance so much. And I had to do that at double rotations too. So all in all, not a bad hatchet at all. The design is pretty decent. I will say that they did a great job hafting the head on the handle. The bit held up very well. But I would say if you got this for axe throwing, maybe a single or a double rotation. I wouldn't go back farther than that just because it starts to get a little much at triple rotations. I mean, you can feel this thing when you go back and throw it hard. I mean, it's like lobbing a ton of weight up there. So I had somebody say, I think it was Mike Thacker, who said something about he was trying to decide whether to get this or the Council Tool Flying Fox. I would get the Flying Fox over this if you were using it for axe throwing. Now, if you were going to use it for multi-purpose work, that's a future video where I'll take the Flying Fox and this, and I'll throw them both, and I'll do some chopping, and I'll give you guys my opinion on which axe would be best for versatile work. But this one here is not bad. It's just not the best at flying in the air past a double rotation. And at singles and double, you really got to make sure you pay attention to your wrist because this thing does have a tendency to fly weird and dance in the air. But it doesn't take away from the hatchet. I'm just letting you guys know what my experience was with it. And all in all, I think it's a really good hatchet. I think if I really put some time into throwing this, I probably could get really good with it. But it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to because of the weight distribution on this thing is a little weird throwing it for distance. It just feels kind of off in your hand for throwing for distance, like I said. So single double rotations is what I recommend on this thing. But without further ado, guys, let's see who won the 2 Ned Foss Viking style axes. Let's do it. Alright guys, so before we get into the giveaway, I want to let you guys know something. I am working with 3 different companies right now. Yes, 3. 2 we're going to get axes for, and I'm going to make videos for, and I'm going to give them away to you guys as free giveaways. The other axe is a little bit weird, but I said yes to it. It is a company, a pretty big company, and they've got a prototype axe. And what they want me to do is they want me to test it for them. Throw it, test it, give them any feedback, ways that I think that they can improve it, etc. They asked me not to make a video about it just yet because they're in the prototype phase with this thing, but they did say that if they end up releasing the axe, that I can come back and make a video about it and tell you guys that what the prototype axe was. So I'll be working with an axe behind the scenes, which is really cool, and I got to see some pictures of it, which I'm not allowed to disclose, but man, this thing looks really cool. It's a tactical axe, it is, but I'll be honest, it does look really cool. So let's get in to see who won the Ned Foss Viking style throwing axes. And guys, just so you know, whoever wins the first one, I'm going to redo the wheel and take you out of it, okay? So let's see who won this one. The wheel has spoken, and it picked number 5, and number 5 is Josh Ingram. And if you guys don't know, and why I'm laughing, is because Josh won the Hardcore Hammers Carpenter's hatchet, and I have yet to send it to him. So I'm kind of glad that I waited this long, because I can actually box up 2 of the axes now and send it to him and pay one thing for shipping. So Josh, congratulations, you won one of the Viking style axes. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, guys. There's only 8 of you that entered, and I'm going to have people that win more than once. This is the second time I've had a person win twice. There's not very many of you entering, so it's going to happen. All right, so let me spin the wheel now. I'm going to take Josh out, reconfigure the wheel, and spin it again. I should land on 5 again. Alright guys, number 8 hit, and as you guys know, number 8 is the wild. So the second person that wins is going to get a whetstone along with the axe. So let's spin it again and see who won. And the wheel has spoken, and it picked number 2, and number 2 is Steve Wren. Congratulations, Steve, you won the other Viking style axe, and because it hit the wild hit, I'm going to send you one of the King's whetstones with it. And guys, just so you know, Steve's been around since almost the beginning, since the channel started. He's got like well over 45 comments on my page, so congratulations, Steve. I'm glad one of the originals got to win an axe, so congrats. Just so you guys know, there's going to come times where people win twice, maybe even 3 times. There was only 8 of you that got into the comment section, so eventually almost everyone's going to win at some point. I know there's a few of you I see, like USA, and there's another one too that have been around for a long time too, who haven't won. I'm really sorry, but I spin the wheel how it is. It's legit. I just spin it, and whoever wins, wins. Keep entering. You guys will probably win at some point. But thanks for everything. I can't wait to get these axes out to you guys, Josh and Steve. You guys throw these things, use them. Let me know what you think about them. I'm interested to get somebody else's feedback on them. But I appreciate everybody entering into the giveaway. And like I said, we'll have plenty more of these. I got another one I'm working on right now that I'm about to give away. So come back and join in on some more giveaways. But thanks for everything. Let's get back to the video. Congratulations to the 2 winners of the Ned Foss Viking style axes. I hope you guys enjoy them. Please go outside and throw them, chop with them, do all kinds of crazy stuff with them, and let me know. Send me a message via email or write in the comment section. Come back to this video and let me know how well they worked for you and how well you enjoyed throwing them, because I really do like when you guys tell me your experience with free giveaways and how well you liked the axe or how well you didn't like it. But that wraps up the Husqvarna Swedish style hatchet Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it brought you some information. If you guys got more questions on this thing, if there was something I didn't cover, just write it down in the comment section. I'll give you some more information on it. I can't remember everything when I'm making the video, so if you guys have anything else for me, just put it in the comment section. But I appreciate everything everybody does to make this channel what it is. I think it's a good hatchet. I think some people would probably really enjoy it. So, you know, check it out if you are in the market to get some more hatchets, if you need some more, or if you like the look of this and you kind of want to just stick at a double and single rotation. I think you'd be good with this one. At least it'd be a really good axe. You know, it's hafted very well and the edge retention's good. So give it a shot and tell me what you guys think of it if you do get one. But until next time, guys, see ya. A little bit of content after the video. Just wanted to come back in and tell you guys this handle is a freaking beast. It really is, man. I beat this thing up and it has held no cracks, no chips, no nothing, man. It's just holding true. What a great little axe, guys. Single rotations, that's where I'd keep it. Maybe doubles, but singles are good. It does really good for single rotations, but it's a good axe. Hafted very well, just good. Get you one if you don't have one. Just don't overpay for it. See you guys. If you guys don't know, Josh Ingram is the winner of the... I fucking forgot. Hardcore Hammers. Carpenter's Hatchet, that's what it was.